Yo, 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 microphone check, microphone check. Can you guys hear me okay? What's up, Chris? What's up, Jigga Josh? Holla, if you hear me. Chris, what's up, dude? What's up? What's up, what's up, what's up? Can you guys hear me okay? I was going a little bit early just to make sure you guys can hear me. Jigga Josh, can you hear me? I know you got them devil signs. What's up, Shelby Hughes? Appreciate you guys stopping by. All right, cool. There's no like weird echo or anything like that because I don't have my microphone on today. Perfect, perfect. Thanks, guys. So she's gonna be coming on here in a couple minutes. Thought we get settled in. And yeah, how you guys been, man? It's been a minute since we've done one of these. I'm trying to do one a month. Next will be Jose Canseco, I promise you. All right, promise you. His agent, man. Whew. It's a negotiation. I'll say that it's a negotiation, but that's gonna be one. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for this one. All right, cool, guys. Cool, cool, cool. Let me fix that. Where's banners at? I want to go all the way across the screen. Let's see. I guess you can't do that. All right. Let me go ahead and send her. You guys remember, you guys have any questions you want to ask her, put it in the comment section. Probably like midway through. We'll be on for about a half hour. And she'll answer your questions. So make sure you guys do that. I know Josh has a lot of questions, I'm sure. Chris, I know Chris will have some questions. So make sure you guys add the questions in. Let me send her the here. Okay, so she'll just pop in down below. Bro, I cannot believe I'm up this early, Josh. I cannot believe it. You haven't slept yet? I'm on 4 hours, dude. I'm on 4 hours of sleep. So I feel you with that, dude. Gio, what's up, Gio? We're at the DFS club in here. What's up? What's up? Hopefully you get some sleep after this, though, bro. Hopefully. You guys haven't checked out my NBA video from last night, make sure you guys check that out. And what else was there today? So we got NHL today, NBA today, no NFL today. NHL, guys, we're printing money. I don't know. You're not a part of the DFS club yet. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to tell you. Another big win last night. And there was a stat correction at the end of the night, so it bumped up the DK cash line way in the green. So I love those stat corrections when they go our way. You know what I'm saying? Are you guys ready for this card this weekend? Who do you guys got in the main event? Who do you guys got in the main event? That's what I want to know. Oh my goodness, Chris, I bet. I haven't slept 9 hours in about 12 years, dude. Good morning, Gio. Good morning, brother. It's been about 20 years since I've slept 9 hours straight. Oh, there he is. Johnson Daily Sports. What's up, bro? What's up? What's up? Whoever I got. No, I want to hear who you guys got. Josh, who's your Jigga Josh value play this week? What ridiculous fighter are you going to put on your DFS roster this week, bro? That's what I want to know. Yeah, I feel you, dude. I feel you. I know. Fortunately, I know a lot of these fighters, so I don't have to do that much tape study. It's just the UFC fight night cards where it's just I don't really know him that well, so I gotta kind of like review the knowledge. But all these fighters I pretty much know, so that's always nice. It should have cashed. Well, in my contest, it cashed in a GPP, but barely, dude, barely. But FanDuel was fire, bro. No, don't, yeah, Jigga Josh, don't get her started on Molly, dude. She'll go on a tangent like me on my videos. Now, she doesn't curse. She's a devout Christian, you know, like myself, but I'm not as disciplined as she is. So I've yet to hear this young lady curse. But yeah, man, that might break the straw that break the camel's back with that one, bro. She really wants Molly. I don't blame her. I don't blame her, dude. There's no way Molly should be fucking ranked. No way. Here I go. I gotta watch my mouth. I gotta get in the mode where I don't want to cuss. I don't want to cuss. So let me pull this up. The Tapology here. Can't believe it's already tomorrow night. I've been waiting a long time for this card. Anybody think that Esparza is gonna beat Weili? I don't know, man. I hear some chirps out there that Esparza is gonna win that. I just don't see it. She might score pretty good, but for a loser, for maybe a 50 if she gets a couple takedowns in, she might be able to score okay. I think Dan Hooker's washed. I think he might lose to Puelas. Frankie Edgar is going to lose. Chris Gutierrez is my lock of the week, man. Ain't no damn way Frankie's going to win that one. His chin is gone. He looks older than me. He's younger than me by a couple years, but he looks older than me. He's been in so many damn fights. Blanchfield's going to freaking scorch Molly. Because Molly, there's no way Molly's going to keep it on the feet. That's the only way Molly's going to win this fight is she keeps it on the feet. It ain't going to happen. Petrosky, Wellington, Turman. I got Petrosky. But Turman's a live dog, man. He's a live dog. It's this Carolina fight versus Sylvia fight where I'm just like, I don't know which way I'm going to go on that one. Olberg versus Nicolau. Nicolau, dude, I love this fighter, man. He's always coming forward. He'll take about 20 hits to the face. He relies on that chin. Dominic Reyes versus Ryan Spann. I think Ryan Spann's live here, man. When these fighters go on these losing streaks, man, it's just like for some reason they can't snap out of it. He did beat John Jones. John Jones got the decision, but I think he won that fight. I think everybody else thinks that Reyes won that fight. But then since then he's lost to Juan, which is the champ. Sorry, not the champ, but he just fought Yuri, who's the champ. So it's not like he hasn't fought anybody since. He's fought the cream of the crop. Look at this guy. Look who's here now. There's a funny story with Schroeder and Miranda Maverick. Funny story. We'll get into it when she gets on here, though. You guys are quiet. You guys are so quiet. Josh, I don't see. What's up? What's up? What's up? I don't see your picks, bro. Come on, man. I need that early fire, dude, so I can set my lineups, dude. I got to. Dustin Poirier, I think, is going to knock out Michael Chandler. Moicano versus Riddell, too. This is a close one for me, man. Close one. I'm going to have to go Moicano, though, because Riddell's another one on a skid. Matt Favola, I think, is going to scorch this guy. Coming off a 2-fight winning streak and then got it done 8 months ago in dominating fashion, dude. Just check my phone here. Okay. And let's see. And then Alex Pereira versus Israel, man. I don't know. Israel can't cruise in this one, man. He's going to actually have to throw some volume. And I think what Israel's going to try and do here is go for the takedowns, man. Easier said than done, but I think that's his whole game plan here. He's not going to sit here and strike with this man. He's not going to do it. That wouldn't be the smart thing to do, you know. All right, guys, are you ready? Are you ready? Right on time. So this young lady here was my very first guest. Very first guest. She put me on the map, guys. I'm privileged to call her a friend, like a little sister. And are you guys ready for the Maverick, for the future champ? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Ms. Miranda Maverick. Let me change the screen. How you doing, Miranda? Can you hear me?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I can hear you.
It's great to see you. Let me adjust this here.
So your introduction and everything and the way you got your hair, it reminds me of like the Hunger Games guy that's running like the
Oh no.
thing.
Not that guy.
No, you gotta just go with it.
That's a first. Normally I get like you know, you name it, Justin Timberlake, some boy band guy, but that's a first, the Hunger Games guy.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
I think it's the white teeth and the tan. You got the hair all back.
Did you notice the weight loss since I last saw you?
Yeah, well, I've been keeping up with you on social media, so it's not a huge like, you know, when you don't see somebody for a while, it makes a bigger difference, but you keep your updates going.
Yeah, well, I can thank Pete for that one. Pete's been monitoring me closely. Bless his heart.
Awesome. I was weight loss until, you know, last week, and now I've been eating not so great, so it's fine.
Well, yeah, I see how you can put down 2 pizzas when you're not on a weight cut, and I got to find out too what pizza that was we ordered because that was delicious. I don't remember what it was.
You're like trial and erroring everything within the air.
I know. How are you? Congratulations on the wedding. How was it? My wedding was hectic. It flew by like this. I don't remember. It was all big blur to me, and it was just not disaster, but you know how it goes. Like some things don't go smooth. How was your wedding?
It was good. We didn't have anything big time anyway that went wrong. Yeah, everything pretty much went to plan, if not better than plan. Everything looked good. The family all arrived like they were supposed to. Everybody had a good place to stay. Wi-Fi wasn't the best. That was about it. We had a couple of guests arrive a little later than expected. So we had like one of my old coaches was in was in our driveway as we were doing the ceremony because so that was awkward, but they just sat there during the ceremony and then were able to come see me afterwards. So
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, that was nice. You know, didn't want to like walk in during the ceremony and kind of like a drive-through thing, you know, you got the drive-ins, you know, with the window rolled down.
it was beautiful, good, and obviously it was just kind of for celebratory because we had already done the elopement, but got to do it in front of friends and family, and it was good.
Yeah, it's a day you'll never forget.
Yeah.
You picked the winner. I love Pete. You know that since day one. I'm like, I remember when you were first on here. I'm like, you got a freaking Ken doll as at the time as a boyfriend.
Yep. Doing great too.
What's that?
He's doing great too.
I know. I text him a lot and message him a lot just to get advice on nutrition and vitamins and all that stuff. Cause I'm trying to look like him. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying. Oh, I'm trying to look like you.
Yeah, there we go. I'm always getting in trouble. I'm like, as I get close to my weight cuts, it's always like a vice versa when we're both being healthy. And I'm like, where's your abs? You have better abs than me, okay? All the time. Unacceptable for you to not have better abs than me ever.
Yeah, well, he was telling me he cut out all the sugar. So the energy drinks and everything that him and I are addicted to, that was tough.
Yep.
But yeah, shout out to your family. Shout out to your dad. I love that, man. I had him on here too. You know that.
Yep.
Changed my life. How was he on the wedding day? Was he nervous? Was he just his laid back self? Like, how was he on that day?
Back self. That's a funny one. He would love to hear that. He was fine. Like, we're already married, so it's not like he was nervous or anything. There wasn't really too much emotion in it for him, like there was, initially when I said we were eloped and everything. Um, he likes his privacy. He likes his space on the farm, and kind of having that invaded by however many people we had there was a little rough for him. But he was like, oh, I can always go upstairs and shut the door and breathe for a couple minutes and come back down if I need to, with in-laws there and everything else. So it was just, he likes his privacy. And once it was done, he was like, great, it's done. Won't do this again until Brock gets married. Only 2 to go.
Yeah, I can imagine. I've only seen pictures of the property.
Mhm.
But man, it just looks so beautiful.
It
You
is.
guys should
It
be
was
very proud of that.
Yeah, we couldn't have went, I wouldn't have went anywhere else to get married. It was just so pretty there, and perfect time of year for it too. It was just starting to turn into fall, so the grass was still green, but the leaves were changing colors. It was beautiful.
Oh, gorgeous. That's gorgeous. You guys picked a good time. 'Cause normally everyone does like early June. Elisa and mine was late May, and I told her it's gonna rain. We gotta wait till June. No, it's not gonna rain. It rained.
Mm,
So we had to change venues, wedding days, man.
fun,
Uh, what's that?
fun stuff. I'd say we were just like ready, just in case we would have to bring everything into the shed. We would have room. It wouldn't have been the nicest, but luckily, good weather.
Well, that's great. Congratulations again to you guys. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you guys. You have a lot of people don't know you have another sibling, a little sister,
Yep,
who's now 2-0.
2-0. It's gonna be 3-0 today, hopefully.
I know her fights today. Um, do you have any advice for your little sister? I mean, that last young lady she fought, I felt so bad because Skylar beat her face in, like
Yeah.
really bad.
The crazy story is I was supposed to teach a seminar at that girl's gym like 2 weeks prior to the fight with Skylar.
Oh, I was awkward.
And then we scheduled it to like 2 weeks afterwards, and they ended up canceling altogether because of the low amount of signups or something. But either way, like, I know her coach. I've known him since I was an amateur because he lives out here in Colorado. Um, but yeah, it was rough to watch. But Skylar did her job. She went in there and got it done. This one, she actually missed weight for. It was a 2 week notice, and
Mm.
she's gonna have to learn to get her nutrition under control for sure. Like, she gets a little bit heavier outside of her camps, which I used to as well. And once you get older, once you start getting paid and make it worth it to diet a little more, it becomes easier. But I have a lot of advice for her. As she knows, she's probably like, that's all she has for me, as advice. But I talk to her constantly. She's actually moving out here to Colorado in the next month.
Cool.
Yeah, if you didn't know that. So she'll be moving out here in no time, and she'll be training out here with me. I'll be her coach slash training partner slash everything else, and try to help her kind of figure out the ropes without her having to figure them out herself. I went through all of the trial and error, the jumping around gyms, and trying to figure out where I best fit in and how to best act. And she gets to avoid all that by just kind of copy pasting what I did and making it work for her.
That's awesome. I mean, I'm sure you're gonna work her out really hard.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
how much did she miss by?
2 pounds.
Oh, that's not
Did her
bad.
best, though. She was in the sauna for about 3 hours just yesterday. Like, she
Oh no.
she was strung out. She was like in tears, talking to me on the phone, like not wanting to do it anymore. And we did everything we could. And I, from a distance, of course, I was talking to coaches and teammates that were helping her. And she got to where she just wouldn't sweat anymore. And
Yeah.
it boils down to she didn't diet down enough fast enough, but she had 2 weeks notice. And she should have went into that 2 weeks already knowing that it was a possibility and kept her weight low. But yeah, we were trying to find her a 35 fight for that short of notice, but it ended up being 25. She
Mm.
thought she could make it, but she was just too heavy starting out. But fight's still on. It just won't be a title for her like it was initially going to be. And hopefully she becomes 3-0 tonight and keeps on going. She has at least a fight scheduled in January, but we'll see what else is offered between now and then, and if that one's still on.
Yeah, she keeps it up. She's gonna be in the UFC before we all know it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what's her normal weight class? Is she looking to be in your weight class, 125? Is that the goal?
Yep, she'll be a flyweight.
Oh my goodness, the Shevchenko sisters better look out. I'm
That's,
telling you.
that's right.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the fight tonight. So, I mean, you guys know I'm gonna put the link too if you guys want to. It's on a pay-per-view, right, where everyone can order it and watch it, just like last
Yep,
time.
yep, yep.
Okay.
On her Instagram page, which is I think at Havoc Maverick or Skylar Maverick, maybe MMA, Skylar Maverick MMA. If you go on there, it like shows the link and everything on the poster behind her and all that. So.
Awesome. Okay. I will also put that in the description, guys. So make sure you check it out. I have a blast watching the regionals. I love the regional fights.
Mm-hmm.
And then this guy right here wanted to say hi. Last time you saw him, he was stuck under a couch.
Yep.
Have you guys ever seen the movie Meet the Parents or all those? Yeah, there's an inside joke with Miranda, Pete, and I with this guy right here. But
yep. I just tell Pete, I blame Pete, and we literally use the. And Dad always jokes with him about the Fockers and all that, and is always joking with him because of your cat. And the first time he came to my house and was around everybody, so we have countertops, and the wooden part of the countertops isn't where you're supposed to set everything. We have like the granite countertops where you set everything. Well, the wood is like glossed up, has the varnish on it and everything. And if you set a big glass on there, it'll make a ring, right?
right.
And set this big glass, there's countertops everywhere, and he sets it on the only spot that's wood. Because this place is pretty new and everything. Dad treats it like we keep everything pristine at the house. Very germaphobes and clean people. And he moves the glass and there's a water ring left over. And my dad was like, Pete, what are you doing? Just destroying everything the second you come into the house. And we gave him crap, and Pete's like, it'll wash off. And he goes and wipes it off, and it stayed there, and he was like freaking out and didn't know what to do. But it disappeared after a couple days, like kind of just, the varnish kind of seals over itself and everything. But really funny stories with that kind of thing, him slowly getting his way into the family.
Poor guy, man. I would have been terrified, especially if your father. Oh my goodness. And then when he was here, so just a quick story, guys. So Schroeder here, he likes to hide when people come over. So he was under the couch. Pete hit the recliner button, which Schroeder was right under, and then we hear this screaming cat. Like, holy smokes. So we run over there, and Miranda, with her freakish strength, I lift the couch up. Miranda grabs the metal bars like a superhero and bends them. I mean, I didn't know I was more shocked by the cat being stuck or this young lady, this little young lady, just bends these bars like a superhero, and we got him out. So that's what happened.
Kudos to you though for reaching in and grabbing the screeching cat. He wasn't too happy. He was going to cut whoever was around. He was traumatized, I think. Your wife was traumatized.
Oh yeah. Oh,
And I was like, oh no, she's going to kick us out. She hates us.
No. No, that's how she is with animals. I'm the same way, but him and Smoke and Joe are best friends. Smoke and Joe is very gentle around them. But Schroeder is like the star of the show.
Nice.
My normal shows, everyone's like, "Where's Schroeder at?" I'm like, "He's around. What about me?" But yeah, he wanted to say hi, and man, that was afterwards. After he was okay, I was laughing. Kind of like poor Pete because you were just telling me about the Meet the Parents story with him.
Yep.
So, congratulations on the dominant victory.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't surprised. I know I'm out here in the YouTube world, Miranda, where a lot of people have opinions.
Yep.
And I'm sick and tired of these people saying that certain people are overrated and that certain people I'm not really gonna get because I'm gonna get fired up, because I'm the only one out there fighting for you. It seems like sometimes I'm like overrated. What fights are you watching?
Yep.
Did you think? Go ahead.
Are quick to forget. They're so quick to forget, like the Macy Barber fight thing. Nobody even talks about it anymore. They're like, yeah, she had 2 losses in a row. She dropped 2. I'm like, I didn't. I don't care what the media wants to say now. Like, I did not lose to Macy Barber. At first, I was respectful about it. I figured media would be too and continue to be. But now it's like, 2 losses in a row, she sucks. I'm like, 1, I beat Macy. No question about it. 2, the Erin fight was a bad fight. I admit I lost that fight squarely. It was a bad night for me. I want to get that back at some point. I don't think right now is smart. Like, we're both young. We're both going to be in the division for a while. Wait until we're both pretty highly ranked for that to happen. But that's the only loss that I consider a loss within the UFC. And since then, I've been dominating my performances. And yes, some of them aren't ranked girls, but I'm working my way back up, and it's all about getting paid and longevity and staying in there. I've got lots of opportunities to fight coming up. I'm hoping that I get Molly McCann next, or maybe JoJo. We'll see what happens.
Whoops, let's bring her back in here. Sorry about that.
You're
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you. I don't even like to talk about it anymore. People still talk about it. So the fact that people still talk about it whenever you're brought up on a fight card,
Yep.
it just goes to show that that's probably the worst robberies in UFC history, because the other ones people forget about, but yours, they still talk about it to this day here on YouTube. I don't know if you know that.
Yep. Sometimes I'll have fans that say it sometimes, or anytime Macy posts, it's kind of funny. Like, I have a few people that'll always go and be like, "Shut up, you lost to Miranda."
They all do, the whole thread. It's hilarious.
Yep.
And she can't say nothing. And then she ducks you. Everybody ducks you, it seems like. You can't get a fight because no one wants to fight you.
Yeah,
And then
I'm in a weird spot where I'm not ranked, so the ranked girls are like, well, she's not ranked, so it wouldn't help me to fight her. But it's also to where I've beat a lot of the girls in the rankings or held my own against them, so nobody that's not in the rankings wants to fight me.
yeah, I don't know about that. I think you're cutting yourself short. I don't think anyone, like I had Damon Jackson on here before you, and no one's in line to fight him either.
Yeah.
You guys are solid wrestling. I mean, you're wrestling that fight with Shauna was just unbelievably just dominant. That she had nothing by that. I mean, did you take any damage? Are you okay?
None. I think she hit me 3 times, and none of those hurt me at all. But I will say, like, people are like, why didn't you finish the fight? I probably could have. I probably should have just stayed on the ground and pound, not even worried about getting a submission. And I think I would have finished that fight, or vice versa, and just stuck to the submission. I didn't want to get burnt out. I wanted to show how much I've improved in that fight, show the wrestling, show the grappling, show the striking, show mixing it together. But on top of that, it's really hard to submit somebody whose sole purpose is to survive and just hang in there. She was not making any risky movements. She wasn't trying to be offensive at all. Like, her only defense was basically balling up and moving around as much as she could to keep from getting finished by the ref.
Yeah, she was awfully squirrely in there. I mean, to me, it looked like you were going for a finish. Every transition, like when you put your knee over her arm there in that first round, I thought that was it. I was screaming at the TV, like, get your knee over, and then you got your knee over, and then you were pounding. I mean, you were going for the finish a lot. It's just she was so squirmy. And then she was grabbing your gloves too, was she not?
Yeah, that happened about 3 times. The ref caught it once. It's one of those things where if they don't see you cheat, then it's not cheating, right?
Right. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
I got poked in the eye in the first round while we were striking. That did hurt pretty bad, as you know, with my prior eye surgeries and stuff. But we've actually been working on in training. I always get poked in the eye. It's like, without a doubt, if I spar, I'm going to get poked in the eye. And it's always so annoying. And a lot of times in sparring, I'd be like, stop. And my coach finally got to where he's like, no more stopping when you get poked in the eye, because that's going to probably happen in a fight someday, and you don't need to be used to that. And so I did. I worked through it. And if anybody pays attention in the first round, you'll hear the ref go, are you okay, fighter? Are you okay? And I just go, yes, sir, which I should have stopped and been like, no, let me take a break. But hindsight's always 20/20. And I was like, I'm fine. I can see out of one eye, and I'm just going to keep going. I'll be fine. So.
Yeah, Jason Herzog, he was in is he as nice as he seems? He seems like a really nice dude for a ref.
He definitely stays on the ball and pays attention to things. So I like him. He's a good ref.
And your coach, Elliot Marshall, I mean, what a coach. You can hear him. Like on TV, I heard everything he said. That must have been great for you.
Yeah.
How was that?
It's great, especially in the Apex, because it's already quiet, not much of a crowd. But him and Justin both are loud and clear and concise. I can hear him. But Elliot is by far the one that towers over as far as volume wise and everything. He's so good at talking loud and talking clearly. Like, every instruction is very specific. There's none of the vague get up, move, hitter, none of that. It's always like, move your right knee here, move your left knee here, take the cage side, whatever it is always very specific. And I appreciate it, because I'm a very coachable fighter, or I try to be. And so when he says what to do, I listen when I think it's right.
Yeah, there's no missing that. Yeah, I mean, big dude too, big dude, and he just yells, and you listen to everything he said. So you weren't when you told me that you do listen to your coaches. You do listen to your coaches. It was awesome.
Thanks.
The end of the second round, I don't know if you noticed, if you watched the fight back or not, but when the buzzer rang and you kind of got off of her, you had like this grin on your face. Did you notice that?
I didn't notice it. Probably did. Like, I knew I was dominating the fight. Again, I wanted to get a finish, but the whole fight felt dominant. Ever since I grabbed her the very first time in the first round, I knew like if I wanted to, she'd go to the ground and I would be able to be dominant. I wanted to work on the feet, get those transitions, like I said. But once you grab a hold of somebody and know that you're dominant in one area, then it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, I thought that was you. I thought in your mind, like, okay, she's smiling. She's like, I got this. This is like, it looks like you were having fun in there, most importantly.
Yeah, yeah. I like the fights where obviously you don't get hurt and you get to go in there and dominate. But all fights are fun to me. Like it's all about just going in there and showing your potential, showing how good you can do. And sometimes some days are bad for us, and some days are good.
Well, you had one. I mean, that was Blanchfield. Give yourself some credit. Like, I didn't like it. I didn't like the matchup. It made no sense to me because you have two up and comers here. Why would you put them against each other so early when you could put you guys up together when you're going to be fighting for a title or fighting for who's going to, take a shot at the title like that? I did not like that matchup for you.
I thought that matchup was silly. I thought me versus Macy Barber was silly. Me versus Jillian. I think they've all been silly because they were all against such young girls that were up and comers. But it is what it is. One of us had to get set back, and one of us keeps going ahead. Erin's very good. She's a good grappler. I still feel like I was off that night, but also I just didn't game plan correctly. Now I feel like I have a lot more patience when I strike. I'm not as much running in, just trying to punch somebody. I felt like my striking was way better than hers, and I think that even showed in the fight. But as a result of how kind of reckless I was with my striking, I was leaving a lot of openings for her to get in on takedowns. And I had not practiced takedown defense as much as I should have at the time. I have good wrestling, but defensively, it had just been a long time since I had trained the way I needed to, just because usually people don't shoot on me, right?
Right.
And now I feel like I've developed a lot in that area. We've been doing nothing but working on wrestling nonstop, like 3 to 4 times a week. And I feel way more confident in both my offense and defense on the cage and on the ground. The Erin fight helped me, if anything, so I'll give her credit for that. Like losing to her made me develop a lot as a fighter. It opened up holes that I didn't even know that I had and forced me to get better.
I mean, it showed in your last fight. I haven't seen you dominate wrestling like that. That was insanely just fun to watch.
Well, I listened to one of her interviews and I thought it was the funniest thing. So she had an interview where she was like, people don't change that much in their fighting, no matter what. So I don't see where Miranda's going to get any better in her striking or whatever, fighting in general. She was saying like that she thought she could have beat me last time we fought, and that I got lucky, basically. And I was like, all right, if people don't change that much, then I guess your submission defense isn't going to improve that much either, or your ground game in general. So silly thing to say when you're putting yourself in the crosshairs too.
Yeah, and I mean, she had to cut her hair just to make weight somewhat. Man,
Yeah.
would you ever do that?
At the same time, it's like, it's your job to make weight. Everybody's praising her for cutting her hair and everything. And I'm like, it's your job. It's her minimal job. It's like I've always thought high school graduation was the dumbest thing on planet Earth. I'll just say
Really?
now. Why are we celebrating that you got the minimal accomplished? I don't get it.
Well, you set the bar pretty high for yourself. You're like, out of everybody I know, you're like the hardest on yourself than anybody I know. Like unless you're like at the top of everything, I don't care what it is. You're just like so tough on yourself. You don't give yourself enough credit. I mean, that was just domination. Tapology has you ranked. I know you don't care about the rankings. But I don't know if the UFC, did they update their rankings yet?
I don't keep track of that, but I don't think so. I think I would have been tagged.
No, that's for you not to be. I mean, you should be in the top 10.
Hey,
I
they
mean,
up there just because she's their UK girl. All right, she won't be there for long though.
I cannot believe I told the viewers, do not mention Molly because you're gonna get Miranda all fired up. I've never heard this young lady, because of her upbringing, ever curse or anything like that. You don't do it, you're gonna get her. But I gotta ask you, Who you got this? Who you got? You got Blanchfield or Molly on Saturday?
Gonna finish her in the first round.
What was that?
I think Erin is gonna submit Molly in the first round. Molly has not shown that she has any ground game. Maybe she's working on her submission defense, but she's just a brawler. She's reckless. And Erin is, like I said about mine, I was very reckless when I went in against Erin and she took advantage. Erin's a lot better than people give her credit for. Erin's biggest problem is she's not promotable. She's not good at promoting herself and doesn't post very much or anything. And I think it makes it to where UFC is trying to see, for whatever false delusions people have, they think that Molly's going to win. I know that Erin is a favorite, I think rightfully so, but so many hardcore Molly fans, they support their fighters overseas. I will say that. And they get so angry at me in DMs and everything else when I say anything about wanting to fight Molly. And they're like, you aren't even at her level, all this. And I'm like, yeah, I haven't seen any skill level from Molly yet. I've seen slugfest. That's about it.
Yeah, she can't stop a takedown to take her life.
Yeah, and I've seen her do much ground game at all, other than they always want to show clips of her ground and pounding somebody that already fell down. But
exactly,
how she got ranked after fighting someone that's not even a flyweight, that's not even close to rankings, and the other girl not even anybody you've heard of. How? I don't get it. She's fought no one of a good name, at least within the recent year that she's had clout, as they want to say.
Yeah, and unfortunately with the politics in the UFC, clout and trash talking gets you higher up than your actual actions in the octagon sometimes.
But I'm willing to be the GSP and just hold it out and keep winning to get there.
Yeah, that's your dude. That's my dude too. The GOAT. I still follow him on Instagram and see the crazy stuff he does, man. The dude still can go in there, I'm sure.
Yep.
Did you see her reaction to you up there cussing like a sailor sitting next to freaking Patty, aka Chris from Family Guy?
Of course I did. Part of it is she was just drunk. I'll give her that. Also, just it was pretty funny. And then the part that she said afterwards where she's like, not in a gay way, I was dying. I got so many tags from that, right? Everybody was reposting it, tagging me. I was literally in training. I showed my coach. I was in training, and then I get out of training, and I had 181 messages and all these reshares, and I was like, what is going on? What's going viral that's getting me this attention? And I opened it up, and it's the video of her saying that on every news site ever, being reshared, me being tagged. I think I had 800 and some comments with my name. It was really funny.
Yeah, I can't. If I repeat what she said, I'll probably get kicked off of YouTube, and I wouldn't say that in front of you anyway, but the mouth on her, whoa, she must have been hammered.
I think she already does the whole trash talk and doesn't care. When I think of Molly, I think of the Shrek song, which I know it's in other things too, but the Bad Reputation song. I do. It should be
okay. When you were here and we were watching that UFC card, you picked. I'm not gonna say who it was, but you picked out a certain fighter, and you're good at comparing that. You said she looked like that cartoon character from Land of the Lost, dude. And she did. I couldn't stop laughing for about 20 minutes. But yeah, you're good with that.
Yeah. There's a lot of. I've done that with a lot of people. Pizza, never share that because you're never gonna live it down. And I'm like, I know, but everyone knows I'm right.
No, you were dead on. That's why I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, oh my goodness! Out of all the people, yeah, she did look like her. Yep. You had 158 strikes, 5 takedowns, 8 minutes and 23 seconds to be precise of control time in that last fight. Why are you so hard on yourself?
Because I wanted to get a finish. I went in there kind of expecting it to be 3 minutes of work and walk out of there. I always count my pay by the hour, right? Or by the minute, I mean. I was invited. I'm like, all right, I got paid this much in this many minutes, But I was ready for a 15-minute war too. I was talking to my coaches. They're like, don't get too overly caught up in the whole I want to finish her fast and everything, like you've got to be ready for a war. And I was like, yeah, I'm not underestimating. I want to get it done in like 3 minutes or less, but if I don't, I'm going to be happy just showing everything that we've been putting together. And that's what I went in there and did. I think I showed a lot of evolution in my striking. Round one, I didn't like it all, I'll be honest. The first 3 minutes of round one, I just didn't have my timing, I didn't have my range figured out, and my striking, I was a little bit like, the start of the fight, it's always a little bit weird. And by round two, I felt like I had everything under control. My striking was really coming together. My mindset was where I wanted it to be. And it was time to get to work after that.
I think you were live for a finish. I mean, it's just, like I said, she was so squirrely and just, avoiding. I mean, you were going for the finish several times in that fight. I mean, a lot. Shauna, she's tough. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
But it's just the squirreling. Like there wasn't a second.
Hey, yeah, my coach and I were discussing, like, girls are so different than guys in jiu-jitsu, right? Because they can move in so many different ways. And a couple of moves I tried to do were impossible because she was able to get her hips, I don't know how to describe it, her hips back while also keeping the hooks from coming in. Basically meaning she was super flexible, right? Like basically doing the full splits, like being able to keep her knees where they need to base to keep me from getting hooks in, but also have her butt all the way back to where I was having to lean forward to get anything. And you just don't run into that, right? That's very rare. And so she was athletic. She had a lot going for her. But like I said, like, it didn't seem like they had any kind of offensive game plan other than to survive and not get finished. I don't understand. Like, that's part of what made it so hard to finish her. Like, she was in fetal position and just covering up the entire time, not making any risky movements to where I had room to get a submission like I typically would. Like, she was just ducking the whole time, hiding her chin and everything.
Yeah, I mean, because females, I mean, you guys are so flexible. Like, you've seen arm bars in women's MMA and guys, like, they would have tapped, their arm would have snapped. But some of their arms, like Alexa Bliss from the WWE, like, her arm can bend like all the way back. It's just double jointed sometimes. And what you're talking about with the hips and blocking the sprawl.
Yep. Yeah, it's different with some girls. Like, for me, I'm not very flexible, but like a different world grappling with them.
Well, be very proud of that fight. I mean, just dumb. I know you didn't get the finish, but you tried. A lot of other ladies, you would have gotten that finish with the ground and pound, but you tried. You look phenomenal. I know it's kind of early. I know there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, but who's next?
I think Molly, this weekend she's going to fight. I'm going to ask Mick for that fight afterwards. If she wants to fight like next year, August, that's going to be too late for me. Like, I want to fight January, February. So my second option that I want is JoJo Wood. She's just right there in kind of the ranking, not ranking spot too. So I want to fight her as well. And I've been asking for that one for a little while too. I know she wanted to wait until 2023 to have her next fight. So we'll see if she's ready. And if not, we'll just keep looking. I'll just keep getting whoever they want to throw at me.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to really draw Molly out. You're going to have to go on social media and get out of your comfort zone, Miranda.
My guess is if she wins, she'll call me out afterwards. If she loses, she won't have much to say because they won't give her interviews, most likely.
No, the hype train will be derailed. And I was really hoping you'd get that fight. And so Aaron, because Aaron's going to handle her easily. Well, let's hopefully by January, because I know you want to stay active, and you got a new contract. I saw your interview with James Lynch, and you said you got a new contract. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I got the new contract when she canceled on me August 20th when I was supposed to fight in Salt Lake City. Basically as a show of, I did make weight. I did everything I needed to. The UFC went ahead and just gave me the new contract because the reason they weren't already, it wasn't because they were getting ready to cut me or anything based on that. It was just I had given them a number I wanted. They had given me a number they were willing to do, and I said no. And basically they were like, all right, let's fight it out. You win the fight, we'll meet you somewhere in the middle. And I was like, all right, fair enough. And so then when I made weight and everything and the fight got canceled, they were like, all right, we'll go ahead and meet you in the middle anyway, like for you doing your job. And I was like, all right, good. So this was officially the first fight of my new contract. And hopefully I have another one beginning of 2023. And hey, if Molly wants to fight in 2 weeks, I'll be ready for that too.
I'm sure Molly wants to fight in 2 hours. You would do it.
Yeah, I would.
So you pretty much bet on yourself. So
I tried
good.
to. It's not about the opponent in front of me. Like even Shanna's fight, I didn't prepare for Shanna. I'm preparing for the best in the world. Every day I go to practice, I'm just fighting to be the better me.
I'm not surprised. I'm not. I love the entrance. They finally showed your entrance for once.
Yep.
Which I was excited about. I love it. I love the sunglasses. I love the theme music because I'm a Top Gun freak. I love, I was a little boy when it came out, but how was that with the sunglasses holding the American flag and that music playing in the background?
Yeah.
Did that hype you up more or what?
They don't let us do the flags anymore. So if you notice, it was just sunglasses in the song.
Yeah.
All the political nonsense that's going on. But the sunglasses and the theme song is just kind of my thing now. I think I'll do it for the foreseeable future just because I am a Maverick. I try to represent the whole Top Gun. It's very patriotic, very kind of everything that I try to stand for anyway, even the corniness sometimes. And it's fun. It's fun to walk out that way. I might force all my corners to walk out in sunglasses next time too, but they never show them too much anyway, so it doesn't much matter. But I always think it's really cool to do it. Kind of just represents America regardless if I can carry the flag or not, and represents my name and what I stand for.
I didn't know that. You're not allowed to carry out flags anymore?
Not anymore. I guess the Ukraine-Russia thing, they didn't want to say one flag or another wasn't allowed, and I think it just basically political rivalry. They figured it was best for their viewing to not have certain countries represented, and if you can't let one country be represented, you can't let any countries be represented.
I thought Dana was a freaking patriot. That must be an ESPN call. That's got to be. I don't think that's a Dana call. Do you think?
I have no idea.
Yeah, ESPN's all about being woke. Seems, I don't know the guy, but it doesn't seem like he seems like a very patriotic dude.
I don't think he would care one way or another.
No. Honestly, I can't wait until the UFC gets off that ESPN contract, and that's a whole nother podcast. But do you think he'd ever let you borrow Pete's motorcycle with the sunglasses and come down the aisle to one of your fights driving it?
I don't know. Somebody else would have to drive it for me. I'm too short to ride that stupid thing.
Yeah.
I'd have to get like one of those little bitty motorcycles. My dad is not very fond of the motorcycle, or really anybody for that matter. My coaches, my manager, they're like, you're not allowed to ride that thing. So it's literally been since we lived in Virginia since I've gotten on that motorcycle beyond like pictures and riding less than 2 miles.
Yeah, I saw the pictures and I asked him, I said, that's a nice bike. I thought it was his. I said, that's a nice bike. Cordell, that is, beautiful. He's like, that's Pete's. I'm like, oh, I thought that was your bike.
Oh, Dad had a bike way back when, and his was, you ask him, Dad had a Vulcan, the biggest Vulcan they made at the time. I can't even remember what number it was, but he had that. He was a badass for a little while, and then he got rid of it when we got old enough.
Well, I think he's still a badass. I wouldn't want to mess with that. I heard he's still the undisputed champion at the at the Maverick Ranch.
Ask him now how it goes.
Oh, really?
Brock's getting there, but it's mainly just because my dad is unwilling to hurt himself to hurt Brock anymore. He's like, I tweaked the wrong way. I don't want to hurt myself. Where Brock, he's just young enough that he's like, here, I'll sacrifice my life to win. So if Brock gets to where he lifts him up in the air and threatens to throw him, Dad's like, I'm done.
Yeah, Brock too, from what I've seen. He's a beast. The way he lifted you up like that.
Oh, Brock's a monster. Brock's a freak of nature. Pete's always like bragging about him to his family, and they're always like, yeah, okay. And I'm like, no, Brock's crazy strong. He's crazy. And an athlete, right? Like backflip after trying him twice, and like, it's crazy. I don't know. He's more of an athlete than I am.
Is he ever think about getting in the octagon or doing something, or is he all about the landscaping business?
All about the landscaping and stuff. Oh, he's trying to get down. Your cat's like, I don't like this position.
He lets me do whatever. Yeah, he don't care.
Brock, he's just so big. He's like a big enough kid that like just to get through the amateurs, you always get hurt as a bigger guy. like injuries are not going to be shying away from you. And as a guy, this sport's so much harder. You have so much more competition to go up against. And when he can be making good money in his career right now, straight out of high school, why like risk his health and stuff doing MMA? If anything, I'd love to get him on the pro wrestling circuit. Like, I'm trying to get started in that right now. And I've always said my brother would be absolutely the best partner to have. But fun fact, Pete and I just did the wrestling tryouts here at Rocky Mountain Pro Wrestling in Denver, and we both made it. So Pete and I will both be training together starting on next Monday.
That was going to be my next question. You beat me to it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because I saw you were talking about, I've been a pro wrestling fan since I was able to talk. I haven't been since COVID because I tried watching it during COVID and there were no fans and it was just weird.
Yeah.
And then I tried watching it after that and it just wasn't the same. I don't know if it's lack of star power or what. But I had Roxanne Modafferi on here and I asked her what's next. And I told her she should go down that path. And she was like, oh, maybe I should. It just pays a lot of money. I mean, if you're a pro wrestler under WWE, let's say, I mean, you make a lot of money.
Mhm.
Now, are you allowed to do that while under contract with the UFC because there's a risk that you can get injured, like training for pro wrestling, or Dana doesn't care?
Like WWE, but I can train for it and kind of do whatever I want. That's saying, like, am I allowed to go hiking while I'm under UFC? Like,
Sure.
Everything's a risk. They can't keep me from doing hobbies and doing anything but sitting on the sofa. Like, training alone is, hard.
Yeah, so so pro wrestling, I was really excited when I heard that you were training for that because there's so much, and it's just to see you and especially if you ever got in the WWE, I would just lose my mind. I would just lose. I waited till I got to go to WrestleMania. That's when I proposed to Elisa. I was 36 years old or something like that. So I got to go to my first one. Like, if I ever see you in there, I'm gonna lose my freaking mind. What would be your thing, like your gimmick, do you think?
I'm not sure yet. I don't know if they'd make me like the bad guy who's just like a badass coming in there and submitting everybody. I am excited because I feel like I'd be able to really make it look good and be able to be realistic with a lot of it. It takes a lot of training, a lot of athleticism, and a lot of work to do pro wrestling. Like, people are like, oh, it's fake. And I'm like, the moves themselves aren't fake. We're still doing the moves.
Yep.
We not get hurt with like real blood and everything, but like the moves are real. Like, you're having to really go in there and try. And just from the practice I did, I was like, man, this hurts worse than doing jiu-jitsu right now. Like, it's rough. But for me, I think I already know a lot of the techniques. It's just being able to do the techniques without hurting somebody that I'm going to have to work on.
Yeah, that's the key is the training and not hurting the other person. And you tried taking 10 back body drops in a match and say wrestling's fake or take a chair shot to the back. I mean, that stuff's real.
Yep. You're still getting hit. You're still getting hurt. And yeah, the ground's a little softer. Like, it gives a little bit, but you're still falling on basically plywood.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard the rings are stiff. They're not, the ropes too, I heard are very stiff. So, keep me updated on that. That would be awesome.
All right.
But yeah, that's going to be two things, UFC and pro wrestling. That's a lot on your plate, but I think that was all I had. Chat, you guys are kind of sleep. I know it's early. I know I'm not never up this early, but do you guys have any questions? I don't see any.
If you ever have questions, they can always message me or message you and have you send over the questions, and I'd be happy to answer them. But yeah, if you guys want to support, it's right after my fight. You can go to fearthemaverick.net. Oh, wrong way. I got like duck down there. Fearthemaverick.net, or you can go to my patreon.com/fearthemaverick. I like share exclusive content, behind the scenes stuff, and then just cute pictures and stuff. The cute pictures are not naughty and everything. So if you're yeah, too bad if you're looking for that. I don't have it. But cute pictures anyway, basically the same ones that I'd post on Instagram.
Yeah, so here's the Patreon. And I don't know if you know, I still have your description in all my videos. I put out a video every day for your website.
Thanks. Gabe here has a 10% discount code. So use that if you go to my website.
Skywalker 10, and you guys already know. And here's the website here. Awesome job with the website too.
Oh, thank you. I have a friend back in Virginia who he actually made that for me and has done a great job keeping it updated. I need to update it more. It's mainly me being the lazy one, but doing my best with it.
I mean, but look at all this cool merch on here. I mean, this stuff's awesome. I purchased some stuff for my nephews. They absolutely love it. Their mom, my sister-in-law, actually took them and put them in a safe place where they can't ruin them because they're teenagers, you know.
There you go. That's the best way to do it. They ruin everything.
But yeah, thank you for doing that. I mean, they love it. So Miranda sent them autograph pictures, keychains, gloves. Like, you can get all that stuff from Miranda. It totally made, like, you know, they lost their father earlier this year, and just these days to see their faces light up like that, that was just priceless. I don't know if you know how much that meant to them, but thank you so much for that, Miranda.
Get that. I'm glad I could bring a little brightness to their lives right now during hard times.
So yeah, guys, check out the website, check out the Patreon. No, you perverts, there's no members only stuff on there. It's just wholesome pictures, you know. I said, Miranda, you should do a calendar. That'd be awesome.
Maybe I'll do a calendar eventually.
Yeah, like 12 months of the Maverick. I think that'd be awesome.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check it. Have to make like an inaction version and then like a just me everyday version. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that'd be cool, I think. Oh wait, we got one out. We got one. There you go, Miranda.
Bread products, you cut back on meat as well and go on. No, I have tried about every diet on planet Earth. Okay, I've tried keto, I've tried vegetarian, I've tried vegan even, pescatarian, all kinds of ones. So my favorite diet is just keeping a balance of everything. I cut out processed sugar and stuff going into fights. So it's been like 6 months since I've had like sugar on a daily basis because I was in fight camp for so long. But I do cut out red meats a lot too. It's rare that I eat red meat, and not because I don't like it or anything like that. It just takes longer to digest than all the other meats. And for me, I like being light and being able to feel fast and ready to go in my training sessions. So when I eat like chicken, turkey, fish, that kind of stuff, it's able to digest faster and I really feel the energy from it. Versus the red meat, I feel kind of groggy and slow. And part of that might be because I don't eat it that often. And so my body struggles to digest it. And I don't eat pork. I haven't eaten pork basically my whole life. Now, if you put bits on a salad, I'm not going to like throw a fit and not eat it, right? Or if I'm at somebody's house and that's all they have, I will eat it. It's not a religious thing necessarily. I just don't like pork. It's disgusting. I think we talked about this.
Yeah, we did.
But if you guys look up pork, it's a disgusting meat. And I don't just mean in flavor. I mean like it's just gross. Just don't look it up actually, because you'll never want to eat it again either.
And this coming from a young lady who grew up on a farm, guys. So
I grew up with hog barns.
Yes.
My dad had pig barns when I was a little kid. First off, got traumatized by pigs because little baby pigs eat each other. But, yeah. Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, they're cannibals. If they see a spot on another little pig, or if it's a little smaller, the next day you'll just find a piece of skull laying on the ground and one missing pig.
Did that traumatize Skylar?
Well, they weren't around. Like, I was the only one around.
Oh, thank gosh. Thank gosh for that.
I think we sold them and moved when Brock was like 1. So Skylar wasn't even born yet, or she was just born, something like that. So I was around them, though. I still remember them. And so that, and then the fact that they just get so many infections in the meat and stuff, and a lot of diseases in the meat. And, like, pork's the one meat that you can't not cook all the way through. Like, there's a reason for that.
Baby back ribs. I was going to have some baby back ribs.
Ruined it.
Yeah, for a minute there with the red meat, I thought you were talking about going vegan. I was gonna like message you after the show, be like, have you lost your mind?
I eat tons of chicken all the time, fish all the time. I'll never go vegan, not even like no red meat. I'll eat a burger when I want to eat. I just don't eat it that often.
Yeah, I mean it's and Pete's telling me about the diet I should be on. I'm trying to follow. It's so much, and it sucks too. Like, I've gone through so many withdrawals of so much stuff, but the results. I mean, I haven't worn this shirt here in 2 years.
There you
And
go.
it fits now. So it's worth it. It's worth it, guys. Get your butts in shape. You just feel better. You just do.
For sure. And if you guys are interested in nutrition advice and stuff, my husband does it sometimes. Might have to pay him a little bit, but he's not certified, but he knows what he's doing.
Heck yeah, he knows what he's doing. I think that was it. I think that was all I had. I'm sure I'll forget. I'm sure I've forgotten lots of stuff I wanted to ask you.
That's all.
I was gonna bring out Smoking Joe, but he's still a puppy. You guys, you know how big your dogs get.
Yep.
The Maverick German Shepherd dogs. People always are like, why is he so big? German Shepherds are normally not that big.
They're king shepherds. So some people call them king, some people call them giant breed German shepherds. They're old-fashioned straight backs, but yeah, they're huge. Camino, the boy that we have, he's actually the dad of 2 of the newer litters, and we're raising 2 of his puppies right now as well. So
Wow.
yeah, which they'll go back to the farm. They'll be future mommy and daddies. They're gray or the blue color, kind of like your cat there, and they're beautiful.
Yeah, the blues are gorgeous. I always, my heart melts, and Elisa's like, nope, not till we get the house. Nope, not till we get the house. Because
Well, there you go. Oh, as soon as you get the house, I'll be calling you.
I know you better, because I'm getting another one. I mean, Smoking Joe's just like the sweetest dog with people, with other dogs. But he's a giant. People get intimidated just by his sheer size.
Yep, for sure.
But then he's like, woo, woo, woo. I don't know if your dog does that, but he's so like vocal. Like when he saw you on TV,
Yeah.
he recognized you because he was like, wait, and then his ears go back, and he does that woo woo, the woo 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 noise, and his little butt goes on the ground, his tail starts shaking. So hopefully one day he'll get to see you in person again. I'm sure he will, because he.
Sure. Hey, if anybody's out in Cali and you guys have a gym around that wants to have me on for a seminar, I'll be there.
I'll be asking around too, because I know a couple. Thanks to my brother who passed, I didn't know he was affiliated with so many of these high profile gyms, and I know Pete's a fan of Jay Cutler.
Okay.
So with Jay Cutler, Pete's a fan of him. Professional bodybuilder, former professional bodybuilder. So I'm in line with him now. So let's see if we can't get something going, get you back out here.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. But I'm actually heading to New York in the next couple hours to go do a meet.
Oh.
Gotta get going.
Be safe. Carry plenty of mace.
Yeah.
Don't get pushed in the subway.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Be careful, please.
Thanks. I will. Thank you.
All right, young lady. You take care. It was a pleasure having you on. Please come on anytime. You're always welcome. The fans love when I have you on. I love having you on. So the floor is yours. Any last thing besides go Skylar, beat her face in the night? Anything else?
Nope. Go follow me. Go follow my sister. It's at Fear the Maverick. My Instagram. Check out everything. If you're interested in any of my sponsors or their stuff, just message me. I'm sure I have discount codes. But thank you guys for the support and watching. That's
it, guys. So let's get her on this plane to New York. Let's pray for her safety. And thank you so much, Miranda.
Thank you.
God bless you and your family. And thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.
Bye.